Hi everybody, welcome to data engineering series. In this series we are going to seeing like what data engineer has to do in day-to-day life and what problems he'll be solving, what technologies he'll be learning, all these things we are seeing. Today we are going to see one interesting use case, and as a project I would say this project we will be implementing after this video, but in this video we are just going to see like what we are going to do, what is the technologies we are going to use, what is the actual use case, what is the project. That's what we are going to see. So let me just bring it to the paint and then tell you what we are going to do. So what we are going to do is we are going to write one streaming data ingestion. So that's what we are going to do. So streaming data ingestion. What is streaming data ingestion? What is batch? So there are two kind of data ingestion is available. One is streaming, another one is batch. Batch is nothing but like you have a set of data. Let's say your employer comes and your project manager or somebody comes in and tell you, see, I have 1 terabyte of data in some X location. You have to like put it into some data warehouse like Hive or HDFS or cloud migration, whatever it is. So just you need to put like this. So this is nothing but a batch. And also they are saying this job you will get like quarterly, you will receive the data. You just have to put the data from here to there. This is RDBMS information, etc., etc. They will tell you. This is batch. So this is batch is nothing but a set of data which is not like keep on updating. You will just get a set of data which you just need to put it to some other places. This is not a real time. You can like have some hours of interval between that, and you can easily do this job. This has some different problems. This is not a streaming problem. This is a different problem. Like you are going to run a long job, big jobs, and it will fail at that time. So we are going to deal with a whole new different level of problems when we are dealing with batch data. But in this project, in this demo, what we are going to see is a streaming demo. So in streaming, what is streaming? Streaming is nothing but as just you are watching this video in YouTube. This is getting streamed. Second by second you are receiving the information and you are just going frame by frame. So exactly the similar thing. What streaming is? It's a continuous data. Correct. So continuous data flow. So you are keep on getting the information from some source. That is what continuous data flow. Immediately if you want to process it to some place, what you need to do is you need to process second by second, or like microseconds, or you can schedule an interval like how much second you want to process, 10 seconds or 10 seconds or 10 minutes or whatever it is. You can schedule interval. But streaming data is nothing but data is keep on coming, continuous data flow. Batch is nothing but data is already there. You're just going to take and then place it to somewhere else or doing ETL or whatever it is. So this is the two different thing. In streaming, what we are going to see, I will just introduce you to one URL. Let me just open my PyCharm, or let me just go to Google ISS location now API. If you just Google this, you will get this link. Where is that REST API? Okay, yeah, this one, Open API Notify, right? So what this API gives is it gives where is the ISS now, like International Space Station, where it is currently at. It will give you timestamp and then ISS position, where it is longitude, latitude, and then message success. So this is nothing but a simple JSON message you are getting as a response. If you just refresh, the value will keep changing. So if you see, the values keep changing because the ISSs keep moving. So this is some simple streaming data which you can use for your demo. Like if you want to do some use case, data is the important thing I will say. So you can use this. Or there are a lot of things. Meetup, they are giving one API. Okay, that is also streaming API, I would say, that they are giving, and Twitter API, very popular API. Twitter API, like you can receive the Twitter and then stream data. Whomever is tweeting, you can easily get the data and then show it in some form of a streaming project. But for this project, we are going to use this one exactly because as you can see, this gives us very simple JSON one, which is easy to deal with and work with. It's just only one JSON you're getting, so it's easy for you to write a code for a small project. And this URL you can just copy. So from this URL we are going to get the data, the ISS data. So let me just draw. So ISS is running here. This is globe. This is where somewhere you're sitting somewhere in the globe. So ISS is running, like International Space Station is running around this, and it's giving the data to one API. Okay, this is the API. So this API, we are going to hit the API and get the information each second. Okay, this is ISS API. ISS API. Okay, so you are going to hit the data and then get the data, and then what are we going to do for our project? What we will do is we will just write that into one Kafka. Okay, on Kafka we will use intermediate, and after the Kafka, let me just write Kafka. After the Kafka, we will just write that information into MongoDB. Why MongoDB? Why Kafka? That you may have a doubt. MongoDB, we will just write the information. Okay, so this is the flow we are going to do. So what is the one more thing we need to do is we will just have entire thing on cloud. This is not like we are installing everything, all this Kafka, MongoDB, everything in cloud, which is AWS free account. AWS, and I would say micro event. This is free account. Okay, like we get 750 hours monthly the account, right? In that I'm going to write, so you don't have to spend anything for this, but you need to give the credit card to create a AWS account. You don't have to do it in AWS, you can just do it anywhere, local system anywhere is fine, but I just want to demonstrate in AWS or some cloud environment so that you get to know the cloud as well, because that is very important technology in this at present. So that will be very important. And why Kafka, why MongoDB? Why can't we just we can achieve this in a simple Python program? Okay, just get the data from ISS API and then write it to MongoDB. Why do we need to go through Kafka and all, right? It is for reliability, I would say. Like Kafka is a cluster, so that it acts as an intermediate place where you can just it goes into MicroStrategy, like microservices architecture and all. It will be useful, which we will see in later part of our architecture area. For now, you can say for just learning purpose we are going to use this architecture, but in real time, whether people are using this architecture, yes, they are using. Why? Because it's you need to have some reliability. If you just run a Python program and get the data and put it, what if your Python program crashes? Your entire program crashes. That is not so reliable. But in this way, what you can do is you are just breaking up. There is one hop you are introducing, and this is a streaming hub. Kafka is very popular, and whomever wants to read, they can read. Like right now, I'm just showing you MongoDB. What if one more person wants to read the same? Like if we are using Python program, then they have to read the source again. So that is a unnecessary headache. So that is why Kafka is making simpler, streaming, and there are a lot of use cases to it. I'm just giving you some basic level so that you know basically what we are going to do. So this is exactly what we are going to do, and for this, what you need is you just need to have an AWS account. That's all is enough, and we will see the step-by-step guide how to install each and everything, and then how to run these programs, and then how we will achieve this. And one more thing, we can we are going to use Python code, little bit code here. So why we need to use the Python code? So Kafka is nothing but a cluster. Okay, it's just it's a I would say streaming cluster, so that it holds the data, and then you can read it, write it. That's all up to you. It's like you can put the data and you can read the data. That's on you. So in order to read the data, write the data, you may need some basic level of programming. So Python is a very easy, and I would say it's very powerful. So Python, we are going to use Python code to write and read the data from Kafka, and then read the data from ISS API, and then put it into Kafka, and then read it back by using consumer, and then write it into MongoDB. So this entire process we are going to do in Python. So Python you can just install in your local system. So in your local system you can install Python. We'll see that we already seen Python installation in our previous video. You can check out the playlist there we have installed, so that you can use that. So from Python local we will use, this is a local system. So from here you will just write and read. We will just read and then write. From here we will operate. The entire infrastructure, everything is running in cloud, but we will connect everything from the local. So this is what we are going to see. You can, by completing this, you will have the knowledge of setting up all these things, because since we are going to do this, we will be setting up the MongoDB and the Kafka. Also, we'll install everything from scratch in the AWS account and install, so that you will learn a lot in this one, I would say. So yeah, that's it. In next video we will see the actual demo, and then we will go by each tools what we are going to do, how we are implementing, so that you can also start implementing on your system. So I hope this video is useful, and thank you. Thanks.